into the blue and diving down with you.
From bands like Plague Monkeys to the Teacup Raha to Automata, you could say Dublin singer-songwriter Carol Keogh is one of Irish pop's great journeywomen. With a voice like an angel caught in a glass harp, the native of Crumlin has been singing and writing beautiful songs for 15 years now. And now she's formed a new band, the City Fathers, and released her debut solo album, Mongrel City.
Mongrel City is Dublin. It's a little bit of a hybrid in that there are a couple of other cities mentioned on the album that play into the storylines of the record. So there's Austin, Texas, there's London, England, but predominantly the star of the show really is Dublin.
Mongrel, I take it, is a term of affection?
Yeah, for the most part.
And I visited the relics of Saint Valentine.
It's actually a quote from one of the songs on the album, The Relics of St. Valentine, where, if I can remember my own lyrics, I say that Dublin, it is referring to Dublin, is half a bag lady and half a Bichon Frise. And the song is mostly affectionate, but it's written from the perspective of somebody who may be disillusioned with their life, maybe disillusioned with where they are physically as well, and thinking about leaving. So that's the reference to Mongrel City.
Carol's voice may be all sweetness and light, but she hints at something far more darker and sinister. And as the title suggests, there's plenty of bite on Mongrel City.
There was a specific moment where I was standing in front of the 40-foot during a spring tide, which actually happened in the autumn, but they call it a spring tide, where there was an unusually almost stormy sea with very high waves coming along, and it was around about the time just before the last government were about to leave their posts. And there were a lot of angry people on the streets, as there are now, appropriately enough. So it was inspired by that particular moment. That's where the St. Michael's solution bit comes from, that analogy of the water coming and sweeping things clean. In terms of what inspired the anger, so to speak, it wasn't about a particular event. It was the gradual sort of chipping away and undermining of working people, really, and their livelihoods and their ability to live at any comfortable level. It's still going on, really.
Hi, my name is Carol Keogh. I'm a songwriter, and I'm ready to record and release my debut solo album, Mongrel City, with my band, the City Fathers.
Carol recorded Mongrel City with the financial assistance of fans and supporters using a funded campaign. So it's still pretty tough out there for Irish musicians.
I think it's the bottom of the priority list, to be quite honest. I think we're lucky to have Michael D. Higgins as president because, there's no question about his support of the arts, and he always has been when he was a politician himself, a party politician. I mean, we're very much out on our own, I think, those of us who are making beautiful things, or making angry things, or just making things that some would argue don't need to be in the world, but it'd be a much poorer world without them, I think.
Did it mean a lot to me?
Mongrel City is a real labour of love. It can be delicate and lovely, but also strident and angry. And like everything Carol Keogh does, it's also deeply personal. In fact, it's dedicated to her father, Brendan.
Well, my dad passed away in June of this year, so it's very recent. I can't say for certain that the album would have been solely dedicated to him had that not happened. He was sick for a long time, He was a big supporter, as is my mum and as is my whole family, but he really got the music side of things. He was a big music fan himself, listened to a lot of jazz and blues and just about anything really, and understood what I was doing. So yeah, we miss him.
Carol's father was a jeweller, so it's no surprise that she's inherited his artistic prowess. She still paints, but how would she describe her work?
How would I describe my painting work? God, I'm quite intuitive about it. I don't tend to use models or paint from real life in the sense that I sit in front of a scene and reproduce it. So there's elements of realism, but there's also, I suppose, it's sort of a magical realism.
Magic realism?
Sort of, yeah.
Nice.
A stretched or enhanced reality with some darkness going on, subtext and undercurrents.
Vigilante, vigilante, say what you want to say. Some